According to a research done by Roy Baumeister, an American psychologist, you remember bad things more than good things in your life. Bad memories are easier to remember and are recalled more often. Negativity leaves a much bigger impact than you would like to admit. Well, let's test it out. When was the last time a bad driver, a rude waiter, a snobbish boss, or an uncaring relative ruined your day? And how often do you allow the nonsense of others to affect your mood? And how many times have you ruined someone else's day because of what happened? Well, in today's video, let's take a look at David J Pollay's Law of the Garbage Truck story. You'll definitely want to stick to the end to learn more on how to untap another key into your potential. Welcome to Untapping Your Potential, where we will share with you motivational stories, motivational figures, comeback stories, and public speaking tips that will keep you growing and inspire you to take action. Once upon a time, a young businessman was in a hurry to get to the airport. It was very obvious in the look of his face that the man was overwhelmed with stress and frustration. Luckily, as he stepped out of his apartment building, the man noticed a taxi parked across the street. He wasted no time getting into the taxi and instructed the driver to take him as soon as possible to the airport. He shared the story with the taxi driver, told him that he had slept in, and that if the driver didn't put his foot down, he'd miss the flight to a crucial business meeting. Look, money ain't an issue for me, he told the driver. I'll gladly pay you twice the fare if we can get to the airport on time, okay? The taxi driver just smiled and proceeded as usual. As they drove in the right lane towards the airport, a black car suddenly jumped out of the parking space directly in front of them. The taxi driver, not seeing this coming, slammed on his brakes, causing the car to swerve, skid to the side. But thankfully, they had missed the other car by just inches away. Meanwhile, the driver of the other car turned around and began yelling at the two of them, cursing them as if it was their fault. But the taxi driver maintained his cool. He just waved to the other driver, smiled, and drove off. On the other hand, the businessman was enraged. He turned to the taxi driver and demanded angrily, "Why did you let him go so easily? The guy almost just ruined your car and sent both of us to the hospital." This is when the taxi driver pulled over and gave the young man a quick lesson about the law of the garbage truck. You see, people are like garbage trucks, he explained. They run around with garbage, always full of something negative, full of frustration, rage, and disappointment. But they can't keep holding that forever. Eventually, they'll need a place to dump their garbage. And every now and then, they'll dump it on you. But don't take it personally, because sometimes it's not because of you. But maybe it's because of a battle they're having within themselves. Simply smile, wave, and wish them well before moving on. Don't take their trash and spread it to others. Don't let that cycle continue. With that lesson in hand, the taxi driver and the young businessman continued on their way to the airport. For the rest of the journey, they made small talk. When they arrived, the taxi driver apologized to the young businessman for failing to get him to the airport on time for his flight. Because of the incident, the two were late. But to the driver's surprise, the young businessman still thanked the driver for the ride and paid him twice the fare. I don't get it. Weren't you in a hurry earlier? Are you not upset about missing your flight? As he stepped out of the taxi, the young businessman simply turned to the driver, smiled, and waved him goodbye. The law of the garbage truck, he said, before turning around and walking away. Now, what about you? What would happen to your life if, starting today, you let more garbage truck pass you by? Believe it or not, you'll probably be a lot happier. I mean, if you think about it, you're constantly feeding off the energy of others. and transferring your own energy to those around you. That's simply human nature. When a garbage truck comes your way, most of the time, the odds are stacked against you. You are bound to feel a variety of emotions throughout your life. However, by following the law of the garbage truck, you regain control of your life. Now, while you may not have control of everything, how you react to those events is always your choice, and is something that only you can control. By letting go of the bad, you make room for the good. Now, always keep in mind what should come first. Hence the word first. F. Focus on what you can control rather than on what you can't. I. Improve your relationships and increase your productivity and respect. R. Rethink your actions and don't let your emotions get the best of you. S. Stop reliving the negativity in your past. Don't be afraid of the future. T. Take charge and muster the courage to make a difference. The best leaders understand the importance of being prepared for the next reading. The best salesperson understands the importance of being prepared for the next client. And the best parents understand that no matter how many garbage trucks they may have encountered that day, they must be prepared to greet their children with hugs and kisses. The bottom line is that successful people do not allow garbage trucks to dominate their lives. And you must never let the garbage trucks do the same to you. You must be fully present and at our best for the people you care about and for the dreams you wish to achieve. Attitude is the little thing that makes a big difference. Winston Churchill. Yes, it is extremely difficult and requires a great deal of willpower to remain calm in such situations. However, this act can bring such peace of mind, and that is worthwhile to practice. It'd be wise to let go of the trivial and focus more on the joys of life. Life is 10% what you make of it, and 90% how you take it. Just as David J Pollay himself once said, don't take personally what you cannot control. Focus on the good in others and let the bad pass by. Thanks for watching this video. How would you like to hear more motivational stories on a consistent basis? Do me a favor and support the channel by sharing, commenting below, and please make sure to like and hit that subscribe button to get the latest update. Soon, you will be on your way to feeling inspired.